Most people think calm people are weak. They're wrong. Calm is not silence because you're scared. Calm is silence because you're watching, while others rush to speak. A calm mind is collecting patterns, tone, timing, behavior. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and uncomfortable people talk. They explain things you didn't ask. They defend things you didn't accuse. This is how silence works. People reveal more when you don't interrupt them. The most dangerous advantage is not intelligence. It's emotional control. When you don't react, others begin to expose themselves. Their ego talks. Their insecurity leaks. This is why truly calm people are hard to manipulate. They don't fight. They don't explain. They observe. And by the time others realize what happened, the decision was already made. Calm doesn't rush, it waits. Deadly calm isn't loud. It's patient. Unethical never rushes. He doesn't react first. He doesn't fight for attention. He lets others move. Why? Because movement reveals intention. When someone speaks too much, they leak information. When someone reacts quickly, they expose insecurity. Unethical understands something most people don't. The loudest person in the room is usually the least in control. So he stays quiet, not because he has nothing to say, but because he already understands the situation. Silence is not emptiness to him. It's data. Every word others say is something he didn't have to ask for. This isn't fiction. This isn't anime logic. This is how human behavior actually works. Most people believe power comes from speaking well. It doesn't. It comes from controlling reactions. Silence creates psychological tension, and tension forces people to move. When there is no reaction, people begin to doubt themselves. They speak again. They explain again. They correct things no one questioned. This is not confidence. This is pressure. Calm people understand this. They don't chase answers. They let time extract them. They don't argue words. They observe consistency, because words change, behavior doesn't. The longer you stay calm, the more information others give you for free, and most people don't even realize it's happening. This is why truly calm people are so difficult to manipulate. They don't fight for control. They don't argue for dominance. They don't explain themselves to be understood. They wait, because patience is not hesitation, it's calculation. While others burn energy proving their value, calm minds are observing how situations unfold. They watch patterns repeat. They notice who rushes. They notice who panics when nothing happens. Noise creates confusion. Silence creates clarity. Calm people don't need to rush decisions. They let time remove unnecessary options. Every second they wait, others reveal more. By the time people realize something has shifted, the outcome has already been decided. No confrontation, no warnings, no dramatic moves, just timing. This is how control actually works. Quiet, precise, unnoticed. Deadly calm isn't loud. It's controlled. It's patient. Patient enough to stay still, while others rush to act. Patient enough to let emotions settle, instead of reacting to them. Calm people don't interrupt the process. They let situations unfold on their own. While others speak to feel powerful, they listen to understand. They know impatience creates errors, and silence exposes patterns. Time works in their favor, because time pressures everyone else. The longer they wait, the more clearly others reveal themselves. People assume nothing is happening. That assumption is the mistake. Decisions are being formed quietly, without noise, without urgency. When action finally comes, it feels sudden to everyone else. But it was never rushed. It was measured. It was intentional. Control doesn't announce itself. It arrives when it's already too late to resist. Control doesn't come from forcing outcomes. It comes from understanding timing. Most people act too early. They confuse movement with progress. Calm people don't. They know that every situation reaches a point where action becomes obvious. Until then, they stay still. They don't rush to correct others. They let patterns repeat. Because repetition reveals intent. People always show who they are eventually. You just have to give them time. Silence isn't passive. It's observant. While others react to emotions, calm minds analyze cause and effect. They don't get distracted by words. They focus on consistency. What someone does when nothing is happening tells you everything. By the time action is necessary, there is no doubt left. No second guessing. No emotional interference. Just a clear move, made at the right moment. And that's why calm people rarely lose control. They never give it away in the first place. Most people reveal themselves when they feel ignored, not when they're questioned, not when they're challenged, but when they're left alone with their thoughts. Silence removes feedback, and without feedback, the mind starts talking to itself. That's when insecurities surface. That's when masks slip. Some people seek reassurance. They talk more. They explain things you never asked about. They try to prove value that wasn't questioned. Some seek control. They interrupt. They dominate conversations. They push reactions just to feel power. Some become aggressive, not because they're strong, but because silence makes them uncomfortable. And discomfort exposes weakness. Calm people notice all of this. They don't respond to every signal. They don't chase every reaction. They let reactions complete themselves, because half reactions hide truth. People are careful when they're interrupted. They edit themselves. They adjust, but full reactions expose everything. Raw intention, unfiltered emotion, uncontrolled behavior. This is why calm people don't interrupt. Interruption resets behavior. Silence lets it run. Over time, patterns become obvious. Not once, not twice, but consistently. And consistency is all you need. You don't need to confront. You don't need to accuse. You don't need to ask questions that reveal your position. Understanding arrives on its own. When you stop interfering, most people talk themselves into exposure. They repeat the same behaviors, the same emotional responses, the same mistakes. Calm minds simply watch. By the time you act, there's no confusion left, no doubt, no emotional noise, just clarity. And clarity changes everything. When clarity is present, control becomes effortless. You're no longer reacting, you're deciding. At some point, observation turns into certainty. You no longer guess. You no longer wait for signs. You don't hope. You understand. Calm people don't act on emotion. They act on alignment. When timing, information, and intent match. Until then, they stay still. Not because they're unsure, but because premature action ruins advantage. Most people lose control. The moment they feel pressured to respond, they rush. They defend. They explain. Calm people refuse that pressure. They decide when something matters. They decide when it doesn't. They don't let urgency dictate importance. Silence gives them space. Space gives them perspective. Perspective gives them power. And when they move, it feels sudden to everyone else. People say, "Where did that come from? Why now? How did they know?" But nothing about it was sudden. It was prepared. It was deliberate. It was calculated. Every reaction was observed. Every pattern was confirmed. Every outcome was considered. No explanations needed. No approval required. Because control doesn't argue. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't seek validation. It simply arrives.